Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has asked Parliament to extend his medical leave. In a statement from his office, President Buhari says he needs more time to complete and receive the results of a series of tests recommended by his doctors. However, the Nigerian leader has not stated how long he will be away. President Buhari had been due to return to work on Monday after taking more than 2 weeks leave for medical checks in the United Kingdom. His absence has prompted speculations about the president's health status. In 2010, then-President Musa Yar'adua passed away in office after months of ill health despite repeated assurances by the presidency. Let's get more updates for you now from Nigeria. CGTN's Deji Badmus is joining me from Lagos. Deji, this is a sensitive matter, but one that also generates a lot of public interest. What more do we know about President Buhari's request to extend his leave from office, and what do we know about his health status?
Well, Beatrice, other than what the presidency has been saying, nobody knows exactly what is wrong with the president. What we do know is that he actually wrote to the National Assembly, that's Parliament, the Senate this time, that he was going on a 10-day vacation and that during that vacation he would meet with his doctors in London. And of course, as you've been reporting, he sent in another memo now to the Senate to say that he wouldn't be resuming today because he was supposed to resume today, that he wouldn't be resuming today because he needs to conduct a further test. And that's exactly what the presidency has been saying. Other than that, nothing much has been forthcoming as to the actual status, health status of the president. But then the presidency has made it clear that this is not something serious, that it's not as if the president is in the hospital, that as a matter of fact, the president is in his official residence in the Nigerian High Commission in London. So that it's nothing serious at all, that he just needed to wait back to conduct this further test before coming back home, even though, as you have also reported, no time frame now has been fixed as to when the president would be back.
So there is no time frame fixed as to when the president is likely to return, Deji. So if the medical leave extension is granted, then who will be in charge? And just how worried are Nigerians about the health of their president?
Well, Beatrice, let me just make one thing clear. It's not as if the National Assembly, it's not as if Parliament needs to grant the president the leave. What the Constitution of this country requires is that each time the president is going on vacation, he needs to notify Parliament and that he needs to hand over power to his deputy, that's the vice president, which of course the president has done when he notified the National Assembly that he was going on that 10-day vacation initially. He actually handed over power, informing the National Assembly that while he would be away, the vice president would be acting in his capacity. And so that's actually what precipitated that memo to Parliament. And that's exactly what has precipitated this second memo to Parliament, because usually the Constitution requires that when the president comes back, of course, he takes over power. So what is going to happen now is that the vice president will continue to act as the president. He's the acting president at the moment until the president comes back. So the National Assembly has now been put on notice that the president is not resuming today and that the vice president will continue to act in his capacity until he returns. So there's no controversy about that. And I don't think this is actually a very serious issue as such, because the vice president has been acting since the president left, and he will continue in that capacity until the president returns. Beatrice?
Right, Deji Badmus with that update from Lagos.